This side, please. This side. Is this number 3?
This is number 3.
Okay, we're on here.
So again, good morning everybody. Bonjour, as we say over here. Have a seat on board of the Wiki Choo-Choo train. Only if you're on your tickets, it's written train number 3. So have a look, and by the way, have your tickets ready. I'll just come through very soon to collect them. Thank you. Call the Wiki Choo-Choo train. We're now ready to go. Just a few check with you. Can you hear me well?
Yep.
Very last one as well?
Yep.
Okay, are you ready to explore NOUMEA? Really? Okay, let's go. Welcome to NOUMEA, welcome to New Caledonia. First, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Laetitia and I'm your guide on this tour, and also I'd like to introduce you to our driver today, that's Jean-Pierre. You should know that Jean-Pierre is going to drive us on the wrong side of the road. Don't worry, okay? That's the way we do it over here, so you can sit back and relax. You're in good hands. So we are together for about an hour and a half. We'll go all around the city, and I'll have time to tell you much more about NOUMEA, about New Caledonia. But first, I'd like to give you the security and safety tips on board of this train. So please make sure button. So if you need something and that's very urgent, just make sure you press one of that button, and we'll just stop the train as soon as possible. I should tell you, it's gonna be a bit windy around, so hold on to your hats, to your caps, to anything that could fly away. A hat that flies away, it's not an emergency, okay? So just make sure you hold on to your belongings. And the last thing, you are allowed to, well, obviously take photos while we're driving, but just make sure you keep your arms, your legs, and your heads inside the train. Inside, as you can see, at a marina, and this one is called Port Moselle. We have many boats over here. This is also the biggest marina, but that's far away to be the only one. We've got quite a few more, and you'll get to see that, because first we'll go along all the different bays and marinas to reach Ansvata Bay, and then we'll get to the first lookout stop at the top of a hill called the Wentol, and then we'll reach through one of the oldest suburbs of NOUMEA, the other lookout stop. On terms, very easy, you'll see your cruise ship from there, just a straight and very short walk. And then after the drop-off stop, we'll take you back to So over here onto the right-hand side, you can see the biggest market of NOUMEA running just here, so feel free to come have a look after this tour, because it's shutting down at about noon today, okay? Market here is only open in the morning. So there'll be maybe a place you'd like to come for a bit of due to the Second World War over here. By the way, I like to call this corner the American corner, because here on your left you can see at the back there's Macca's. But back to that monument. Well, 1942 there was the Pacific fights of the Second World War, and a lot of soldiers arrived here, and they were mostly Americans, because this became a base for the Allies. So more than 1 million came over here, so it was a massive change for the population. And some of the soldiers were also coming from New Zealand and from Australia. So it was really to defend the Pacific area against, well, the Japanese at the time, the Pacific fights. There were no fights over here, not in New Caledonia though. So it was Now, considering the size of our land, we could easily be here 3 to 4 million living. We are far away from that. I can tell you that the total population of New Caledonia is about 270,000 inhabitants, and yes, that's it. But about 70% of the whole population is concentrated here in NOUMEA. So why is that? Well, NOUMEA is not only the capital city over here, that's also the only big city. The rest of it, you've got towns, villages, a lot of tribes over here. That's strong in the culture, but as a big city, there's only NOUMEA. the population here is also very cosmopolitan. Maybe you've noticed that already. And due to that, we sometimes call NOUMEA the little Paris of the Pacific, really for the cosmopolitan atmosphere we have over here. Tell you later on a little bit more about the population, but for now, like to tell you. And at the time, the French settlers getting here were only men. So they actually quickly had a problem to grow the population locally. So what they did, one of the solutions that was found was to open an orphanage for girls only. And they brought young orphan ladies from France to here. The orphanage was located over here, nothing left today. And it was a way to grow the population at the time. And yes, it is a true story. It was opened in 1866. So we make the most out of the sea. And definitely going out on the sea, fishing, sailing, going to the little islands of the lagoon, that's something we do a lot. Now to get a spot in one of these marinas, you have to go to... And you should know as well, and that explains a bit the big numbers of boats. A lot of people live on their boat over here. Yes, that's the house as well. And when you're in the middle of a bay, you need also an extra boat to reach your house or leave your house at morning or at night time. It can be tricky, but a lot of people do that. And there's only a few spots left for the visitors today. Just to give you an idea, we have about one boat per 10 people in New Caledonia. Now over here onto the right hand side you can see a shopping center. There's another casino supermarket. Don't worry, you have the real deal as well. I'll show you that on the way. And we are about to reach another marina. And over here the name of this marina is Port Plaisance. And this one is also the base of the French Navy. You can see some of the big grey boats at the very back over there onto the right hand side. Now I'd like to show you what's the main industry here in New Caledonia. Yeah, I'm able to show you that. As we're getting to this roundabout, see there's trucks all along the bay, from which you can rent all the gear you might need to do all the activities I just mentioned about. Today, that's definitely a windy day, so it'd be good to try the windsurf, for example. You can see quite a few kids around. It's school holidays. Second week, actually. I'm going to show you another good spot to come to the beach later on. And it's just here onto the right hand side. In Caledonia we have the descendants of the convicts and the settlers. And we call them in a very popular way over here the Caldoche. It's about 5% of the whole population here today. Now you can see the vegetation around us. That's the dry forest over here, which is a really fragile ecosystem. There's only 2% left. So what we're trying to do, it's the plantations of young trees, preserving what's left of it. Maybe you've seen that, those little sticks on the side of the road. Now you can already enjoy a very nice view here of the whole peninsula of NOUMEA on to the left hand side. Don't worry for the people, the view on the way down as well.
Of course, they've got all essential.
So as you can see from here, NOUMEA is a city that's very spread around and also very healed. And you can clearly see as well that at the back over there, there's a big chain of mountains. And actually, we have a massive chain of mountains. So now for the first stop, we'll stay up here for about 5 to 10 minutes. There's quite a few really nice things to spot from up here, including Ansbata Bay, the bay we just drove past. The two islands, Master Island, Duck Island, but also the Amédée Lighthouse, which is far away from here. From the coast, it's located at 24 kilometers away. And what we'll do now is we'll try to spot it together. So even though that's so far away with the clear weather, it's very easy to spot. So I invite you to put your eyes onto the horizon line over there. And as we're going forward, at some point you'll see an island and a white stick. So keep your eyes there. And as we keep taking the turn, you're about to see it over there, the white stick. That's the Amédée Lighthouse. 5 to 10 minutes. Just watch out for your step, okay? Ground is really uneven here, so use the path, use the stairs. If you need toilets, it's just 2 green blocks over here. Take a look on your right. That's the public toilet. And the 2 islands I was mentioning about, they're here. Duck Island, Master Island. Now, you see the white line far away from here? Well, that's the limit of the lagoon, because that's the barrier reef. And we can literally see the swell from here. Alright, so it's coming up here, and don't forget we're driving on the other side of the road as well.
Are you getting out for it, or is this something else?
Come up here, you can get a nice shot looking along the barrel. On this side with the light on the barrel looking out across the lagoon.
We have over here a lot of endemic species, meaning we have trees, we have plants, flowers, but also animals we only have here in New Caledonia and nowhere else in the world. They're endemic. That makes our nature very special and very rich. And onto the island of the lighthouse, there's a special animal I'd like to tell you about. Well, they're kind of all around, but there's lots of them onto this island. It's a sea snake. So we don't have any dangerous animals inland, by the way, so forget about the creepy spider, forget about the dangerous inland snakes over here. On the water, that's a bit of another story, and that sea snake comes with stripes, yellowish and black stripes. They're endemic, we only have them here, and I should tell you they're extremely venomous, much more than a cobra, much more than a rattlesnake. Ooh, that's the bad news, but don't worry, there's good news. They're absolutely not aggressive, and it's very hard for them to bite, and they wouldn't even bother. They're very laid back, like most of us over here. And it's a big symbol here, we call them tricot rayé, which means stripy, pretty much, rayé, so they got stripes. And it's a big symbol over here, that's even the name of a Caledonian brand. If you go to the aquarium this afternoon, you'll see some of these snakes for sure. The tricot rayé. While you enjoy the view again over here, I'd like to tell you about another endemic animal that we have here. This one lives in the forest. And it's a bird. So they're flyless, yes. They don't fly anymore. They call it Kagoo bird. They're very cute. They come with bluish-gray colors. And the particularity of that Kagoo bird is the fact that they make the noise of a little dog barking. Yes, for real. So if you see a bird barking, don't worry, okay? That's not you. That's New Caledonia. It's totally normal. Another big symbol, that Kagoo bird. You'll see them onto the postcard from the neighborhood. Over here, it's the second longest, with about 1,600 kilometers of reef. Now we have also, since 2008, 2/3 of this lagoon, so it's a big part of it, classified by the UNESCO as World Heritage. So what does it mean? It means that there's a lot of protected areas inside the lagoon. The marine reserves, like around the islands, for example, like the one you can see from here. Very often around the islands it's protected. That means that you can go there wakeboarding, why not? Sailing, but there's no fishing allowed in the protected areas. No. So fishing is really popular. And it's been a great year. And also we have mermaids. Let's try to get to see one. Actually, I'm talking about the dugongs. No, it's where the legend of mermaids came from. Well, now you do. And we also call the dugongs the sea cows because they fill themselves with the seagrass. The seagrass, by the way, that's the darkest areas that you can see in the water. It's such a nice drive, this drive. As you can see, there's like tracks where you can come with your bicycles, your rollerblades. I'm sure that a lot of kids are learning today. So we are now here in one of the oldest suburbs of NOUMEA, and as I was telling you, I'm going to show you on both sides of the road some colonial houses. You'll see different styles, by the way. So they're being all renovated, obviously the one you're about to see today. For the oldest, they were made out of wood with a tin roof, and then they decided to make them made out of stronger material, like concrete. Why is that? Well, two reasons actually. Termites, big problem with the termites, and cyclones, because we can get exposed to cyclones here. I'll come back to that later on. So you're about to see a first example of a colonial house just here onto the left hand side, just at the 98. It's on the right hand side of the road. Take a look, and it's just over here. So a lot of trees in the front yard. It's a public place today, that place. It's the house of the book. A few more of the colonial houses just here onto the right hand side. Two-story houses. This was is an English play school. This one with the blue walls. And have a look here onto the right. That's a big and impressive colonial style building. And it's today the barracks and the headquarters of the French army. So there's a strong presence of the French army here because it is the main military base of the army And we stopped just in front of the old town hall. You have now the modern one here onto the left. That big
Your ship, you just can go by walk. That's only 5 minutes walk from the city center. And for all those people who want to go back directly to your ship, you just stay on the train. We will take you back directly to your ship. So after a little bit
I mean, your winter is much milder.
Got wet. It's scary.
So I took note.
So we have a local government, we have a Congress, and a lot of powers today being managed locally. This is still French here. I'm saying still because this could change. Because in less than 2 years now, there should be 2 referendums held to decide whether or not New Caledonia to become a country itself, totally independent from France, or stay under the statutes that we have here today. As you can easily guess, big page of the history being turned, and only the votes will tell us what's really going to happen here. Now we're about to cross one of the most shopping streets of the city center. And I invite you to have a look on the left. You see the old Protestant temple, which was made by the convicts. It's also a good tip for you to recognize that street later on. You'll see the temple at the edge. So Coconut Square, La Place des Cocotiers in French, it's really the heart of downtown, like the tiny mini Central Park here. So you have shops and everything all around. Now if you decide to get off over here, as you can see, it's very easy to reach your cruise ship. It's just ahead. So it's not even 5 minutes walking. If you don't want to do that, just keep your seats, okay? Just after the drop-off stop, we'll take you back to the cruise ship. So if you leave us now, I really hope you enjoy this tour. If you have any questions, just come to me before leaving. And again, otherwise, keep your seats just right after we take you back to the passenger terminal. We are stopping here at the drop-off stop at the front of the Museum of the City, which used to be 10 hole a long time.
So we'll get off.
So again, very easy to come back around. It's just a few minutes walking from the passenger terminal, which is just ahead, as you can see. Because it's not everybody speaking fluent English here. But don't worry, quite a few people can talk a bit of English. So to say hello in French, we say bonjour. And if you like to say goodbye, you can say au revoir. And if you like to say thank you, you can say merci. So that's a good start already. And feel free to practice your French around NOUMEA today. I really hope you enjoy this tour. I'd like to thank our driver Jean-Pierre. And enjoy your afternoon over here. Lots of options, including the hop on and hop off bus service. You can talk to the people with the t-shirt hop on and hop off. They'll give you a bit more explanation. And that's an easy way for you to make your way around. Go to the marina with the shopping center. Go to Lemon Bay, Ansbata Bay, the aquarium. So quite a few stops as well. Have a really nice afternoon. And as we say over here, to say goodbye, hope to see you again, that's a typical French from New Caledonia, we say tata. So merci, thank you very much, and tata. And you can now get off the train, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I did.